Woo woo. What's the deal, y'all? We live. It's your boy LO, as you know. I got my main man Dougie Fresh in the building. Chopping it up with the homie. Got our iron and sharpening iron segue going on. We continuing this off, man. It's gonna be a treat, man. We talking about living through childhood trauma or mental abuse. You know, a lot of us go through things, just how we were raised. Our parents did the best that they thought they could do. And they might have thought what they've learned was the correct way to get us together. So forth and so forth. Yep. Let me see. Got some folks tapping in. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. On in. Should be at 8. Should be coming on in a minute.
Yo, what up?
What up, though? What's happening, cuzzo?
Not much, man. What's up, D?
You?
Good, man. I'm chilling, bro.
That's right. Right on, right on. What's good with you, cuz?
Man, nothing much, dog. Just chilling, bro. What's
Right.
going on with y'all?
Man, kicking it, man. Just, introducing the topic and just, chopping it up a little bit. Wait folks, chime in.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Sharpen a little iron. Yeah, iron and sharpen a little iron. You know how it goes. How was your, how was your day and shit? How was
It
your
was
day?
pretty smooth, man. I had to get some things fixed. But other than that, it's been smooth, dog. For real, for real.
No doubt. No doubt, no doubt.
Man, what's been going on with y'all?
Oh, for me, I got some good news. Well, had some terrible news. Yeah. Well, yesterday, honestly, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. That day was like it was a roller coaster. Of course, everything happens. But I had a job interview or whatever I was telling you about earlier.
Right.
And it went swell. I got all my little results that came back as far as background checks and all of that. So look like I'm in the clear and I'm ready to go. And I got a lot of recruiters that were calling all throughout the day. Then of course, somebody tried to, break in the boys' car again. But, they failed, of course, didn't come off with it, thanks to the Lord.
Yeah.
So
Thank God, bro.
for that. Just a small setback again, but it's all good. I ain't complaining. Got to move on, and that's something that I'm trying to get away from is the complaining. You got the problem, you got the situation that happened. It's time to start looking at a base solution.
Right. I feel you on that. What's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for joining us, man. We appreciate y'all tapping in. See family in the building. That's what's up. Yeah, this is about to be a good topic, though, man. You see, get Black up in here. But other than that, man, I've been smooth. It's just on the grind, bro. Just on the grind. Getting things back working like I wanted to. You know, making the moves that I got to make, whether I want to do them or not. You know how that shit go.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I've been real smooth, man. Blessed. I can't even complain, to be honest with you.
Hey, man,
it just is what it is.
We above ground, man. That's a blessing itself. So yeah, all we can do is be thankful for that, at least.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
So what's your man Black? What's his Twitter? Twitter.
Instagram. Lee. Look, he up in here, Lee Black Ice.
Black Ice. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Go ahead, man. Go find it.
Yeah, he up in here right now. Hold on. Yeah, everybody, we hope y'all enjoy this topic, man, because this about to be a good one. He all set to go too.
Mm-hmm.
Just tag him in there. You see his name right there.
Just sent him the invite. There you go.
Yo, what up, though?
What up, man? What y'all?
What's going on with you, bro?
What's happening, King?
Chilling. What's good with y'all, man?
Nothing much, man. Just talking about everybody just pretty much grinding, staying above water. That's about it.
Man, tell me about it, boy. This damn weather keep changing up on me, too. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, you already know how that goes.
You know how it is, man. We can't complain about our weather. That's just what it is.
Bipolar weather.
Yeah, there you go. You got it.
Man. Oh, hold up. I'm just trying to get myself situated too.
Go ahead and get yourself situated, man.
Hey.
Everybody get comfortable.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
your drinks, get your popcorn, get
What
whatever you need, your
what y'all been
water.
listening to lately, man? What y'all been
That
vibing
King's
out to
disease.
listening to?
We'll
That
be
King's
listening
disease,
to
man.
King's Disease, Davies, new album. I put you up on this one because Sheik Lucci got 2 like little LPs that he dropped this year.
Yeah.
It's like Beast Mode 5, and then he got another one that's like Silverback. No, it's something Gorilla. You know, he do all that Gorilla shit. So yeah, that's another one that's dope. It's the 4th edition. I've been putting that in rotation. And some old school shit, man. Illmatic.
Got you. Yeah. You know the KD3 will make you go back to Illmatic because of how he was flowing. So yeah, I understand that. What about you, Doug? What you been bopping to, man?
I'm a random, bro. I jump around.
Okay.
Yeah, I jump around.
Feel music, whatever he feeling, I guess.
Yeah, just throw it in there. Okay, throw it in rotation.
I got a few different modes. No, it's about the timing and you know my feeling. You know, however I'm feeling, that's just what I'm gonna listen to. Whether it be I can be on Kendrick time. I can be on Boosie time. I can be on Tribe Called Quest time. I mean,
Boosie, that guy.
It just depends on the moment and the time. That's all.
Yeah. That Kendrick last album got heavy replay value, man. I love that album. That's a good ass album.
Can you name one that don't?
You know what? Actually, nah. But I feel like I listen to this more often than everything else he dropped.
Listen, no bias. That was a literal question.
Yeah, I think this is definitely like, that's just, he got a bunch of great albums, but I really think this last one got the most replay value ever. Because I have my moments where I stop listening to Kendrick and move on to other stuff, and I won't go back to certain albums. But yeah,
we do the Bible like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Right. Black, what about you, bro?
Man, honestly, new R&B. New R&B.
Hold on, cuz. Like who? You gotta spit a name off. I mean, for me,
Sir.
I'm gonna listen to it.
Sir.
Who that?
Sir.
Okay.
His name is Sir. He Inglewood cat. Yeah.
So we got a her and a sir now.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got dreads. He remind you of a Big D Smoke. That's what it remind you of. But
that's his brother.
Oh, stop it! It
they
is.
Brothers.
See, I never even knew that.
I
never even looked him up. Yeah,
I gotta get up on that. Dude.
Yeah, D Smoke.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep, D Smoke dope too. It's a spitter. He dope.
Yeah. I mean that, and then like I go old school, man. Like, cause at my job I can't be listening to no Pac and then gotta go see a customer. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna work out for me. So I'd be pulling the old school out. I'm listening to Norman Connors, and I'm talking about old school. I need stuff to be able to chill out because I can't be listening to all of that and then have to go and deal with these entitled folks. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work at all. So that's pretty much what I've been doing.
R&B dude in y'all repertoire, man. If y'all don't rock with him already, but Raheem DeVine, bro, he low.
Oh yeah. I was at that white
man. It came when somebody knew at least.
Nah, that's right.
Yeah, Raheem, all of them.
Hey, sleep on my dog.
If you sleep on dog, stay your ass asleep.
Yeah, for real. Yo, Raheem got them joints, bro. But y'all need to listen. As far as R&B,
hold on, cuz we got somebody else coming in.
Nah, it's just us.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Who else y'all need to tap into? Eric Bellinger, bro. He be ghostwriting a lot of stuff or helping people write. Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah. They actually them two artists like in the same little realm.
Yeah.
Yep.
They low key, not in the spotlight like that, but it was super dope.
Hey so I'm gonna throw a wrench in here if you don't mind. I'm not the host or the co-host or.
No, go ahead.
Man, you this home, baby.
No, look, I'm gonna throw a wrench in there. Do your music selection or our music selections telling us anything about ourselves, or are we just listening to anything at this point? I'm just it's a question.
I can't just listen to anything.
Okay.
I can't. I mean, honestly, half of this shit drives me nuts, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, half of this shit drives me nuts. I can't stand most of this shit. So
hold
I
on.
mean, like,
I don't mean to ask your. I'm not gonna ask your age. We ain't women, but I'm not gonna ask your age. You an 80s baby, a 90s baby? What we doing?
80s baby.
Okay, cool. All right, go ahead. Keep speaking.
Right.
I just want to get some, perspective. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I just can't. When I came up, the rap we was listening to, it was like far-fetched for you to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, niggas can just jump on the YouTube and overnight success. You get 1 million followers, and it's like, oh shit, they can get a deal now.
Do you question? It's also a question. I'm excuse me. I ask more questions than I do just blurt shit out.
It's all good.
I found out that's the most intelligent thing to do. Yeah. So these million people who, like you said, who make these people basically overnight success. Do you often, is it an age range or a certain gender, like a music, or like how we, because correct me and blurt it out if y'all got one, like an overnight success that I'm rocking with.
Rapper or just
it don't matter.
Anything.
The last one I known is Tyrese, and he went overnight. I'm just talking about dog was on the bus drinking the Coke.
Yeah,
Pepsi,
Pepsi commercial. Yeah.
Right. So
yeah.
Any like solid overnight joints that's that like I gotta rock with dog or baby girl or whomever.
Oh, that's a good one.
Or is it like a fad thing?
I mean, I look at trash as trash, bro. Like, honestly, it doesn't even really matter to me where they came from or whatever. If they are overnight success and it's actually good, I can rock with it. But if they not, most of this shit is trash. You know what I'm saying? 85 to 90% of this shit is trash to me. You know what I'm saying?
The quality of music just got to be good, man. Period.
Yeah. So look. Just because I'm in attempt to be a better person and growing and all those things, and I'm on this platform with you fellas, it's a lot of things that I call trash.
Lots. This nigga's not
So now I try not to say trash because that's my opinion. What would you consider trash? So I know that we all on the same, at least the same page or.
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
All this new age
mumble, all of it ain't bad.
All the most of the mumble rap that you got.
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
But when you do really listen, do you like it?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I like it.
Okay, so that's really all that matters.
Little baby.
Listen, the reason why I said it because I remember telling my uncle to listen to Twister or listen to whomever. They was like, I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
But he was fucking dopest shit we ever heard. You know what I mean? Or whatever the fact. So don't be that guy.
No. I haven't shut none of the new age artists off. Like I say, like Lil Baby got some some dope songs. You got your new like your Kendrick, you got the J. Cole. I fuck with them. Let's see. This chick.
They seasoned though.
Drizzy. This chick.
Drizzy.
Put me on. Yeah.
Drizzy.
She's super dope.
Yeah, I like it too. Yeah. And the reason, hold on, to get me up out of here, to tie that all up into the topic. When we riding, we bobbing our head, and most definitely when we got company in the vehicle or the kids for sure. Take your time and school these kids on what good music is, and your point in listening to that track. Or that whatever, because I don't think everything is or nothing is just without no reason at all.
Right.
whether it be my music selection or not, this could be just me, and I if I'm wrong, I'm fine with that. But I don't ever do nothing for nothing. I'm listening to something for a reason. You know, it's always something. So school the youngsters, man, because they coming up behind us, and uncle just shitting on our music. So take the time to
Right.
listen. Take the time to
So
listen to
let me
that
go
joint.
into asking, going into the topic, ladies and gentlemen, we are sharpening iron right now, even though we just talking about music. But, topic is basically on, having mental abuse or going through mental abuse as a child, you're going through that as an adult. And, I think music also can kind of tie into that as well. When you have certain, whatever situations that you have been through or gone through or going through, you could listen to a certain track, like you just said, word trigger, and boom, it just make you either mad, happy, or sad,
relatable,
or relatable in any type of way. So I'm going to let our guests go off and start off, and then, we'll give our pieces. But start off with you, Chef. What's up with you, E? Let me hear what how you feel and what your situation is.
Go ahead, Black.
Oh, my fault. I couldn't hear. I guess y'all cut out or something. But no,
Oh, my fault. Yeah, Black. Go ahead, man.
yeah. But no, I mean, situation with me, man. I mean, just like anybody else, grew up in the city. You know what I mean? One thing that's different is I got both parents still to this day. And they've been together the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Um, the difference was with me more than anything is that my pops is shit. He just turned 76, man. I'm the baby. You know what I'm saying? And he old school, south southern Athens, Georgia type of man. You know what I'm saying? Went to the military and all of that. Vietnam veteran. He actually had a lot of, well, they didn't know what it was then. You know what I'm saying? But the PTSD and flashbacks and different things like that kicked in, and you still trying to hold down the family, but it wasn't no assistance for, these veterans and stuff that came out. They didn't really have no name for it at that point in time. So a lot of stuff that I went through, more than anything, was just my pops trying to show me and the rest of my siblings, the right way about doing things. But he was one of them stern, do as I say, not as I do type niggas. You know what I'm saying? And that don't really do no help for you. You know what I'm saying? When you, as a kid, you like, this nigga mean as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when you get older, well, when I've gotten older, I felt that it's to help me out, but still have some traumatic things that come about when you say triggers and different things like that. Because him and my mom's used to, man, it used to be bad. My pops could snap off, just out of nowhere, out of his sleep, wake up and start choking, all types of crazy shit. And so when I got to of age, and every man or every boy tests their father if he around, or a father figure. And when I got older, me and him actually got into a physical altercation, and I think it was just from years of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? More than anything, and it carried on into you smelling yourself as a teenager and all of that other type of stuff. Can't nobody tell you shit. I'm one of them. I'm cocky with it as a kid. Like, I'm doing better than you was at my age. You know what I'm saying? All of that. Of course, ain't no nigga gonna take it like that, especially not from their son. So things went the way they went. To this day, it's funny because I was on him right before we got. I was on the phone with him right before we got on this podcast. We great now, but it took us some time to get there. He had to understand me as a man, as well as I had to understand where he was coming from with some of the struggles and things that he had to deal with, because we didn't been homeless. We didn't, what I'm saying? We've been living off the Salvation Army. We didn't stayed in hotels, what I'm saying? As a family, bro. You know what I'm saying? Jumping from house to house. Mom's working a couple of jobs. He working a couple of jobs. Them old school lunches where you can't get nothing extra. You better eat that school lunch because that might be the only shit you eating for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And whatever. And they used to put shit together just to make it work for us to actually, be a family. But me now, being a father, having my own family, I got so much respect for them and him. for being able to do that type of stuff because shit, I feel like it'll crush my world. But at the same time, it actually has made me stronger. The carryover of the bull carried over into a lot of different relationships that I've had with women. You know what I'm saying? Uh, we get mentally abused every day. As a black man in this society, if you don't believe that, there's something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? You're always put up on a pedestal of doing the greatest, but never getting the accolades for you being the best. So in anything that you do, you always have to look at it like, well, shit, I got to make sure I do my shit. What they always tell you, do your shit 10 times better than the next person, because that's when they might finally start paying attention to you. But you got to consistently be there. So when it came down to the women, also, I had kind of like I ain't gonna say a cocky demeanor. I mean, shit, I guess I can say it's cocky in a way, because I know my worth. You know what I mean? And not everybody can say that. And when it came down to the women that I've dealt with in the past, if they was on some bullshit, it's nothing. I call myself a cut off artist. You understand what I'm saying? I'm an artiste with this. I don't have to ever deal with you again. That's male or female. If I feel like you done did me wrong, or I feel like it's not something that can be talked out, then I'm better off walking away. And it was a point in time when I'd rather put my hands on you. If you was a man, a woman, that ain't never been thought about. But I think that's part of the growth, you know what I'm saying, with me, because I don't get so mad no more. You know what I'm saying? B done seen me pop off a couple of times. Even in the past, hell, 7-10 years, he done seen me pop off. But after I got older and I got wiser with certain things and knowing how to deal with things and a bit of counseling, it's been actually changed up for me to a point where not so many things affect me the same way. I really have a very carefree type of mentality. If it's not affecting the ones that, I mess with the long way, my loved ones, and stuff like that, I really don't too much let it bother me like that. I can't be that person because of those traumatic experiences that I had. And of course, we get more in detail with that, I guess, as the time go on. But that just gave y'all a summary of pretty much how things went to the point of where I'm at right now. And I'm in a good headspace. I've been through a lot of bull, but I'm in a good headspace. You talk about street shit, shootings, fights, you can talk about good shit, going to college or accomplishing every goal that I've set myself for, be it ball or music. The fact that I am married now. I had a fiance before. Yeah, that didn't work out. Uh, I got a baby mama. Couldn't have told me I was gonna have that. Couldn't have told me I was gonna have that. Yeah, you know what I mean? But
that's the collective. We definitely everybody got one of those. But go ahead, Fresh man. How you feel, bro? Like what are your experiences that you
before I jump off into that, I'm gonna attempt to sharpen some iron.
That's what we here for, man.
With my brother.
That's what we here for.
For sure, for sure.
Or actually, not. I'm sorry, fam, not to right at you, to all of us. A woman, my mother taught me to focus on me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I know that sounds so minute, so small, but if we all did that, the world changes overnight.
I agree.
So I won't even, I'll say
no, that's Jules.
That's
Jules.
No, straight up,
Yeah, that's Jules, man.
So my thing is, so we talking about our come up and then how we doing now. Man, I was raised by a strong woman, man. Mm-hmm. I had a lot of kings around, whether they were street kings or godly kings, church king, whatever we want to describe them as. I had a lot of influences that I look too. But the greatest blessing of them all probably was, you know, God putting whatever in my mother to send her to, you know, without giving all the background. I just found the story out myself, but just being awake and not woke, as you know, we say now, but spiritually. And I definitely, if you know me, I walked a very thin line when it comes to, you know, let's say a right and wrong. How about that?
Right.
And where I'm at with it now is a daily progress, a daily process, and it's never done. But I think my in and out and my way of thinking is everything. And once we figure that out, and once you control your way of thinking, you control everything. That take a little spiritual guidance and another, you know, or if you that good, you that good. I don't, you know, whatever. But I'm very nonchalant in my approach with things because I feel like I know what's important. I have been depressed in my life, not knowingly, so
Yeah.
that's very capable. But pick your friends wisely is what I've come to understand and learn, and live, man. You know, you know, I hate when people say, you know, you either a lesson or you're a blessing. A lesson is a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
So
Those that are wise, you know, they obtain, you know, that knowledge, and you know, they accept those lessons and they keep them.
Right.
You know,
that's,
along,
you know, and that's the difference between wisdom and you know, actually, you know, knowing some or
having information.
Right. That type of thing. So I'm decent, man. I ain't knocked nobody off their goddamn rocker. So I'm all right. You know, for the most part, I mean, at least we think. So, so what's up with you, cuz? What you got for us?
Man, growing up, it was different because Pops wasn't around. And for a while, I didn't even know who he was, right? So one day, I'm getting tired of how my mom is, you know, and I'm like, yo, I want to just go stay with my dad. All right, cool, call him. I called him. I'm saying, hey, Dad, look, I know I ain't never, you know, seen you, whatever, but I do need to come stay with you because I felt like it was that time. Mind you, I ain't shit but 8. So,
Man, wow, that's, you know, that's real early.
Yeah,
Man,
so
that's not just. I hate to cut you off, cuz keep your point.
No, I got you. Go ahead.
That's not just early. I don't know if I want to give your mother flowers for letting you do that or condemning her. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure by the end of my story, you're gonna be ready to condemn her.
Yeah, I don't know.
So here's the thing. My mom, when I called my pops, right, he said, okay, he was gonna come get me. That man left me sitting on the porch for I don't know how long with my bags packed and all that shit. Now, here's the thing. I'm 8 years old. I would have respected him more had he just said, nah, I'm not going to come get you. Instead of telling me, yeah, get my hopes up, I'm like, yes, I finally get the fuck away from my mom because she tripping. Didn't do it. She called me back in the house once it got kind of dark. And I was just like sitting there, wow, like, damn, my dad don't want me? I'm like, I swear on everything I love. I wouldn't even talk to my mom no more. I was just talking to myself. Because I grew up the only child. I had brothers and sisters I didn't even know about. But I'm growing up the only child, so I did a lot of that talking to myself shit. And I just told myself, yo, if I ever end up having kids, I'm never going to be nothing like that guy. Ever. And that gave me all the motivation that I needed. Now, moving forward from that, here it is, I'm living with my mom. Meanwhile, her knowing that my pops ain't here, you know, she gonna be dating. She needed not just to be dating. She need to be dating to see who really about to be that guy. Not just for her, but for me.
You got a young king watching, so
exactly.
I understand what you mean.
But here we are. I'm seeing dude after dude after dude, but nobody connecting. Then she ships me off to Florida when I was like 14 to live with my cousin because she couldn't deal with me at my age of in my teenage years, basically. So that was the closest thing I had to a father ever, was my older cousin, bro. So she ships me off, gets married, and think I'm supposed to be okay with her getting married while I'm gone. So go ahead.
Keep your point. I just gotta ask you this question. How do you think that altered your life or your decision making, or have it now to this day?
It altered my decision making because it made me become selfish. Okay. Because I saw my mom be like, fuck you, I gotta have a life. So I developed that selfish mentality. I was already selfish growing up as an only child anyway.
Right, the only child. Right.
So it just made it worse.
Right. Okay.
So that selfish mentality carried on to relationships. It carried on to marriages. You know? And I had to, it took me by my son coming into the picture for me not to be so selfish. But yeah, I go to Florida. I'm learning things from my cousin. My cousin was in the military, so a lot of my mannerisms and my demeanor, it comes from him because of what he taught me. And I didn't even stay down there that long. I stayed down there for maybe a year and a half. Went to school. I got homesick. I was missing Lo. I was missing my homie James. I'm like, dog, it just don't feel right without these guys. Like, if I had them two when I was in Florida, I'd have still been in Florida. But it just didn't feel right. So I acted a fool until I had to come back here. You know, I got homesick or whatever. I come back here, I had to restructure everything because now my mom married to this guy that I ain't really connected to. You know what I'm saying? We ain't connected and he ain't try to connect. So I was just like, wow, I don't know what else to do. He ain't showing me shit. He ain't teaching me nothing. Everything I'm learning is from my homie James and his older brothers. I'm learning everything from them. Game, just getting street smart, all of that stuff is from them. I learned a lot from them guys. And I appreciate them coming into my life, you know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't for them, honestly, I'd be lost out here. So
yeah,
I met them, they got me together. And then as time went on, you know, I noticed a pattern with my mom. No matter what type of stepping stone I made, she was always knocking me down. You know, at one point I didn't want to go to college, but then when I changed my mind about going to college, I'm like, hey, I think I want to be a counselor or a therapist. Don't nobody want to listen to no short black man. That's what she told me. Then she told me, then when I got into rapping, oh, I don't think nobody gonna want to listen to you rap. But didn't even give me no excuse or explanation as to why. I'm like, well, just listen to it. No, I don't want to. But then passed it on to somebody else to listen to it. Like, there was never no support. You know what I'm saying? So that lack of support, that oh, my son ain't shit type of mentality carried over into me, even like carrying myself like that. Not my appearance, but my attitude. You know, it carried over into again relationships, marriages, and I just had this. I don't really care. I already know I ain't shit. I'm probably not gonna be shit. Who cares? Right. So it really between my pops doing what he did and how my mom did things and just kept messing me over and over again, that damaged me. I ended up damaging people from being damaged, and I didn't even realize it. You know what I'm saying? And I've apologized to people, but you know, you can only do so much. Everybody's not going to accept it, and that's fine. I did my part by realizing I was wrong. Now, here I am, married again, and I'm just now, like recent, I'll say recent years, getting it together as far as me being selfish, me being thoughtless, and just being more, you know, being more caring and empathetic. You know,
Nothing wrong with that, cuz I mean, you gotta think about it, man. I don't. If you do, let me know. I don't know too many marriages that's just fucking A1.
Nah,
Yeah.
ain't none of it A1.
Like the shit take time and patience and love and all those things. It's different seasons. You know what I mean? So definitely don't be discouraged. I'm always gonna, push, home on any of the kids. So that's just but yeah, for sure.
As far as patience go though, now that was funny me getting patience, but I love it. I end up going to jail because I didn't give my ex-wife half of my 401.
That'll definitely give you some patience.
Yeah, right. I had no choice, but I'm glad that it happened though, because look, while I'm sitting up here losing my patience and always ready to jump the gun or whatnot, when I had to go sit down, it gave me a lot of clarity. It put things in perspective for me. I got a chance to reflect and look back at everything that I did wrong and say, you know what? All right, I fucked up, but now I know I can fix this by changing my ways. And they started with patience.
Because you know that we not born with patience, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta
exercise that muscle
and learn that. It's just the best, like everything with the brain, all that. What you paying attention to, what you watching, what you doing to your day to day, you feeding your brain. What you reading, have you ever seen a patient baby? No,
absolutely not.
Never. Okay.
All right then.
But let me go ahead and get my spill in on this topic, man. This is like I say, this is a deep one. My story, is unique in my opinion. I had both my parents early on. Both parents till I was about 11, 12. Now around 10, not 9, going on 10, 11, around that time, that's when my parents were really, really at odds. And I was seeing the real ugly behind the scenes. And I'm not going to get into details, but, I was seeing, the ugly stuff and then hearing it as well. That's kind of traumatizing as a kid. You hearing your parents going at it. And then, they split. And there was a certain thing that happened, and I've talked about this. And me and my dad, we squashed it. And that's why I believe there's a lot of things that pain in me that I had when I was a teenager, going all into my 20s, that I had for him and black men entirely. And I'm going to explain that also. But, the action that happened where things got physical. So, me as a kid, I kind of like, most dads, they stay away because they just doing all of them. I kind of pushed my dad away. After that action, it was like, nah, I can't rock with you because you went against something that you told me and taught me not to do. And you failed at it. And you failed at it with my mom. It would have been different. Yes, of course, and that's a little biased if that was another, female, but still, it was my mom too. Like, damn, bro. So it was a real cutoff.
Your first love.
Right. First lady. First love. First everything. And you violated. So it was like, nah, I can't rock with you. So then again, it was like me and my mom. So there was a sense of, I got to be the man in the house now. I got to be the one in charge, or I got to, make sure I do my part in the house by, making sure she ain't got to worry about giving me money for shoes or buying me clothes. I had a job. I was working at Kroger. So I was sustaining on my own, had my own little cell phone, with the minutes and everything. And, certain actions that, that my dad was doing, and still with the beefs, I was siding with moms because of what happened. So within my childhood years, with that dynamic, it really opened my eyes to, like, relationships and marriage, and basically you got to really have that spiritual guidance within you to, really make this shit work. Because what I saw, I didn't see on my dad's end, I didn't see him in that. Like, he was just off onto his own shit. My mom, I remember seeing my mom in her Bible reading and,
praying and all of that, but he was just off doing whatever the fuck he want. Now, looking after that in hindsight, in my situation, my relationships, I had those issues where, you know, things weren't right, where I just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to do what I want, whoop-de-whoop, take having the same attitude and not even recognize it. You know, a lot of things that we do, we don't even recognize it's the same shit that our parents did. We don't even recognize it because we don't even know. We don't know their deep stories and things that they have done. But if you were there, if you watched, if you seen, heard, you'd be like, well, damn, in hindsight, you'd be like, wow, like that's the same shit that my dad was doing. You know, you kind of pick up on those behaviors that you're not even aware of. And some other trauma, you know, I always felt like as a kid, I always felt like I had to prove myself. I always felt like I had to prove, you know, I ain't soft, you know, I ain't no punk. You know, I had to prove that I was cool until I got to a point where.
Was it with your family or just period?
That's just period. Like not around, not around you, yeah, not around you, but like at school or you know, being at the Boys and Girls Club, and I got a slap and pass, and I'm in trouble.
So that was more so a neighborhood thing.
Yeah, it's a neighborhood thing. Yeah, neighborhood thing. You know, but even though it's in hindsight, everybody, oh yeah, L cool, but you know, back then it was all because it feel like you wasn't this type of guy. Then
you weren't in the street.
You ain't shit, or you just a little punk ass nigga. It's like, no, I'm from the streets too. I'm just not in the streets.
Mine didn't come about like that. Excuse me.
No, go ahead.
But my father was on heroin. A lot of my younger life, up until my young teenage years. But younger, I never forget my father running in the front door and like closing it in behind. I was coming down the stairs, and he was coming in the house. We 2-family flat, so he's coming right up the stairs. I'm coming down the stairs, and I remember him closing the door real fast. And I'm like 8, 9, and a guy came in behind him and was like basically chasing him. So here I am, my daddy then went up the stairs, like on the other side of me, and it's me and this guy, and then look at my mama flying down the stairs trying to figure out what's all this commotion
going on. Yeah.
So I'm a kid, fuck all that, right? So my uncles, when they pull up and they get there, and I guess I must have been tough as a little kid, I guess, or thought I was tough as
watching
a little kid.
WWF.
I thought I was tough as a kid, and I never forget my uncle looking me dead in my face and saying, "Damn, nephew, you ain't do nothing," and that stuck with me. And I said, "It ain't another motherfucker gonna come in this motherfucking house unannounced or unwanted again in my life, or I'm gonna walk the big yard about that bitch." I was 8 or 9 years old, and it stuck with me. And I spare y'all, it fucked me up a lot, but
yeah,
I won't go off into those.
That's
I'm
shit.
The spirit was stronger than that, I can say. So.
What would y'all say?
And then within that too, he was a guy that I looked up to as a kid too, because he was a good guy, regardless of his struggles and his shortcomings.
Absolutely.
Like your father was a good guy, he was a sports guy, and he was always uplifting, always want us to be busy and to do a kid shit, not worried about what's in the streets.
And this was even when he was high. Like he was
high,
on drugs,
and
still displayed love for us. That's why I understand love is more important than any Jordan you can buy me. That time spent,
that shit means
we won't say it now because, of course, as a kid, we want them Jordans, or we don't want to get talked about in school. But as an adult, that time spent and that love is unequivocal.
I got a humorous.
It don't add up.
A little bit of humor, because you can relate to this.
What's up?
And that's what made me like so conscious to make sure I was always on point when it came to like at a time with like schoolwork or my appearance or things that I say, how I say it. I was always making sure I was sharp. and you know, reading out loud and all that. My grandmother, she fucked me up. Like she was always make fun of, you know, me or us, you know, spelling a word wrong or pronouncing something wrong. And my grandmother would light us up, dude. And then, you know, you having that conscious mind, like you going to school or something, or you were you like, damn, I have it again. You know, so dumb. It was a lot of that too, man, that, you know, I had went through that made me super conscious into my professional world. Now I'm going into my adult world. I'm making sure I'm very detail oriented, so it's like I appreciate it. But the way I went, the way I experienced it was kind of fucked up. Like I don't think, like my dad used to whoop my ass if my grades was bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think no kids should get their ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? For bad grades.
I did too.
You know what I'm saying? They got bad grades. It's something that happened or something that they're not grasping or understanding, or, you know. But nowadays you got kids that just be on the bullshit. But if they're really struggling in this topic, this subject, I don't think, oh, this your card market. All right, you know what time it is. You know, that was real traumatizing for me. And then I tried to implement for my son, and I'm like, and I reckon I was like, damn, that's fucking up. That's wrong.
Hell, it seemed like the daddies nowadays, kids nowadays needed the daddy, our daddies. Back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, less the laws, you know what I'm saying? But they needed that because they some entitled asses, you know what I mean? It's just too much given.
Right.
I'm sorry to cut you off, bro.
No, you good?
I just got a question. So to tie it all in, we're gonna start with you first, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead, bro. No, this hey man,
how are you dealing with those traumas? And do you got any gems or keys for us who also have trauma, maybe not of the same, but trauma? So how are you dealing with those and identifying them in your daily walk?
Well, the thing that I identify more than anything is anger. Anger, nice. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing that I identify with, that I know has came, you know, firsthand from my pops.
What you doing to curb it, bro? What you doing?
What I'm doing to curb it?
How you feeding that motherfucker?
Oh yeah, well basically what I'm doing is that it was a point in time where it was off of drinking. You know what I'm saying? And that was something that I fell into into the thing. No matter what was going on, I had this defeatist attitude, and I would get to drinking and get to thinking. But the problem there is that eventually you're gonna come down off that high, and then what you're gonna do? You're gonna do it all over again. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to numb that feeling. So I had to find another way of going about it. Hence the reason why I got into hence the reason why I got into my music more, got into working out again more. You know what I'm saying? You have to have ways to channel yourself.
So, bro, you start focusing on yourself, bro?
Yes, just like you said. That's why I said I can do it. Just like you said, yeah.
You start putting that energy into yourself, bro.
Because if yourself ain't right, you can't be right for nobody around you.
Being a tad bit selfish, like putting that work back into yourself, helps out the whole world, bro.
It does. I mean,
real talk. Real talk.
You doing what you supposed to do.
And you better yourself. Like, it's not just for you. It's for the next person to come and have to fuck with you as well.
Hey, let me ask y'all. Let me ask y'all something real quick. What do y'all think messed y'all up the worst? But you ended up bouncing back from it once you started focusing on yourself.
For me, is when for me, you know, I would get wind of my dad lying on me.
Who? Oh, your dad was lying on you?
Yeah, my dad was lying on me. I ain't even smoked weed at the
playing
time.
anything into his favor.
No, he straight up, he was like, you know, he was smoking weed because he was DJing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So he was DJing, you know, with my Uncle Harold, you know, my play uncle, but my Uncle Harold, his friend.
It's your uncle.
Yeah, you know, his bestest friend. That's still my uncle, but he was DJing with him, and you know, he got with him and started doing, you know, dealing with different habits. Picked up on different habits.
Man, niggas smoke a tree, man.
So I mean, that's no problems. Right. But he would lie. You know, my mom would find like the roaches, like in the living room, and he would be like, "Oh, that's Lawrence. That's Lawrence and his cousin and his friends." And we were like,
"You had no accountability."
Yeah, I'm like, I'm like, yo, this my dad. Like, he lied on me, bro.
Right.
Yeah, dog.
So I feel
a form of mental abuse. If you look it up, that's a form of mental abuse.
That is for right.
Listen, hold on, y'all. You know what type of fear he had to have of his wife
to blame it on me,
to blame his son,
right?
His only son, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But women, listen, the right woman not only gonna put the fear of God, but it's gonna tame you in that. Definitely. You might not like it, man, but you're gonna get you gonna benefit.
But the crazy thing about this was my mom just know her son so much. She like
bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, it's just Lawrence and Brandon and his cousin. And then, Nigel down the street, it's them. They smoking weed. Like, she just knew it was some bullshit.
And they gonna have it right.
And then she like, you know, Richard, like, you know, you used to come home and you lay down and I smell it on you. So, like, why are you, like, it's you. It ain't me. It still ain't me. Like, he was straight just was lying on me, bro. That kind of fucked me up because it was like, damn, like my own pops would throw me under the bus.
No. I get that.
So that kind of messed me up to as far as on my trust factor. Good. As far as my trust factor in people, you know. And then
me too.
I would. As much as I love my mom, you know, I would hear her on the phone. Like, this was when, I used to do things that, you know, my mom would tell me to do. And then when I do it, it's like, oh, well, you complaining. So it's like, well, you told me to do this. Like, if you want the Tommy, you want the shoes, you want all that, you got to go get you a job. So what I do, I went and got me a little job. I was getting paid every week doing some little janitor work. Then, 15, I started working at Kroger with her. Did that all through high school. I'm buying shoes every week, buying clothes every week.
Why you keep buying all this shit?
She just hating.
She ain't hating. Nigga, you got some money that she needs to put on them damn bills.
Hey, look, if that's the case, then you need to let me know
No. That's no. As a mother, that ain't her. No. As a mother, she ain't gonna take from you. That was all yours.
Yeah,
but I'm still gonna feel the way I feel.
Hey,
because listen, when your grown ass came home from college, what she do? Give me all that shit. It was a different aspect.
So good.
I didn't know. So I'm a dump. So I'm a dump. But it was this is what kind of put me over the edge. I had bought me a Sean John leather coat. This bitch was butter soft. I'm talking about this nigga's butter soft, black leather, nice. Bought it at Burlington Coat Factory, right? Had my car. No, I ain't have a car. This is still high school.
You had her car. That was your car, bro.
This was my mom's car.
Right. That was, I think L had the Taurus.
Yeah, I had the Taurus. So, you know, I got me a leather coat. You know, I'm like, yo, mom, this nice leather coat I got, you know, saved up for it. Just got it. I ain't even buy it outright. I had it in, what they call it, layaway.
Yeah.
I had that shit in layaway. They had it in there for like 3 months, so, because I wasn't really worried about it. And it was the summertime when I found it. So I'm like, yeah, I ain't worried about that shit. Layaway, woo. Got the coat. Bam, here, look at this leather coat. She talking to this nigga mama, right? Cause mama. She like, yeah, Lawrence still bought him a leather coat. And I ain't got no leather coat. Oh, yeah. I don't need no leather coat. It's like just going in.
Right.
So I'm like, damn, mama, hate on me like that. That's fucked up. Like, why would she be mad? I mean, if that's the case, you know, I would buy her one. That's no problem. You know, I would give her a coat, buy her a coat, but for the hate factor. It was like,
you got how old is your oldest kids?
You talking about me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
My oldest kid is 10.
Oh shit, Evie.
I ain't gonna hate on him.
You ain't gonna get it.
I ain't gonna hate on him. No, I ain't
all my kids got iPhones and shit and all that, right?
Oh, they got what? He got that. He got that.
I felt the same way you did. Like when they asked, ain't this a bitch?
Right.
You asking me for some shit, you know what I mean? But they sacrificed all those things so you could buy a fucking leather coat and all those things.
True.
I get it though. Only as a parent. True. As a kid, I didn't get at shit.
Time, I ain't get that, and so that we always talk about cause and effect. So the effect part,
Right.
It was like, well, damn, if my mama, you know, say some bullshit.
She hating on you.
She hating on me then. Any motherfucking woman that hate on me then. It don't matter.
Yeah.
It don't matter. So I'll tell you, that's where it bothered my trust factor in people. It's like, damn, so now I got to a point where I trust people to be who they are.
There you go.
Yeah. That's the way.
Trust you to be exactly who you are. I don't, whatever you show me, that's exactly what I'm expecting you to be.
Right.
Hey, let me
Good,
tell y'all
better,
what
and
shaped.
different.
Let me tell y'all what shaped me and got me right. When my mom gave me the boot and really didn't prepare me for the world like that, and let me get she kicked me out the crib. Well, she kicked me out, reneged on kicking me out, and then her husband kicked me out. Turned 18, wasn't ready for nothing. 1 minute I'm at my aunt's house, or actually no, I think I went to go to stay with Lo and his mom first. Then I couldn't take that no more. Then I went to my aunt's house. And I'm just bouncing around, not knowing what the fuck to do. And I'm just, I'm lost as hell. Right. I'm lost as hell, 18, don't know what the hell to do. I'm working, but I'm not saving. And then when I did start saving, it's like it went towards something else that I actually needed. And it was just bold business. And then here it is. I messed with this girl. She gave me a key to her crib. I'm at my aunt's house. I'm couch surfing at my aunt's house. So she like, here, you know what? You always over here. You might as well just come move in with me instead of staying over here with your auntie house. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. No problem. Whatever. I didn't ask to come stay with her. So I'm not looking at it like it's a bad thing. But here's the switch. When things got rough, nigga, this my house. Oh, see, I didn't get prepared for that. So that's why I was like, you know what? If this ever happens again, I'm gonna make sure I got something in the tuck for myself so I can get ghost and be on my own if I need to. And then when that situation happened, I was really looking at my mom sideways because I'm like, bro, you didn't prepare me for none of this. Like, and okay, forget it that you didn't prepare me. You couldn't even keep the right person around to point me in the right direction for this. So it's like everything, it was almost like everything was all about her growth, her development. Forget about me, I'll be all right. And so that taught me right then and there that she was the first person to show me how selfish women can be. So at that point, I started to realize, you know what?
Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Did you really think that's how selfish women can be, or how selfish humans can be?
I said at first I said women, but then I realized it was humans.
Answer me, like truthfully.
Yeah.
Was it like
first
a woman
I thought it was
thing?
women.
Oh, okay.
First I thought it was women, but as time progressed, I got older, got around different people. Then I realized, oh, that's everybody. That ain't just that's just not a female thing. That's men, everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, but that's where my disdain grew. Like, I liked women, but I knew she was the first person to show me how shitty women could be. So I said, you know what? I need to pick the right one. Obviously, I wasn't always correct about picking the right one. However, like Lo said, you gotta to know somebody. You gotta know who they are when they show you who they are, and trust that. And that's exactly what I started doing.
We need to, as a human, men and women need to slow down a little bit.
Absolutely.
True.
I was blessed with no disrespect to nobody moms. I'm just using my wordplay. I was blessed with a real mother. I don't know about no other men coming in no house, and I don't know nothing about none of that. I was always told, hold yourself accountable and handle your business.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what a woman did for me. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have no bad glimpse of woman abuse. My mother was the shit. My sister was the shit. And I'm paraphrasing by saying those things. My grandmother was the shit. Paraphrasing, bro. I'm very literally speaking though. I knew a woman had power. I knew a woman was about the only thing that was gonna change a man's way of thinking or doing things
Mm-hmm.
on this earthly platform, so to speak. Shit. Yeah. A black woman, a real strong one, real one, is to be feared, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she better be with you, not against you. If she against you, to be feared, bro. Black women, what they call this shit in what's that, vibranium or whatever.
Oh yeah, Wakanda.
Yeah, that's what they are for us, bro.
Right.
The greatest gift the Lord has ever given us, and I don't think he necessarily gave them to us, but put down here for us, so to speak. Yeah,
For us. I feel like
I think that's the only way we get better.
We belong to
Without
each other.
them, we are shit.
We belong to each other.
And that's just me.
And you know what you what's funny? You said that, and B, you said something about your mom. You saw dudes in and out. You know, I never saw that either. Because that I never was Christian.
Ever.
It's a godly Christian
and no disrespect
now
at all. Yeah.
And my mom, you know, she after my dad, she did have a boyfriend, you know, a couple of years after. He was cool. His name was Richard. That's crazy.
Wow.
He was cool.
Right.
But the situation was kind of pushed a little too fast for me.
First of all, his name was Richard, bro.
And
I got a problem.
And that's
off the bat.
That's what
off the bat.
Listen. That was listen.
No, fuck you. Listen. What the people do?
Well, no, shit. Look, that was my main gripe. Because I was like, Mom, I said, you know, I think it's just ironic, like, you know, you and Dad, y'all issues, and then you go deal with a dude named Richard. I said, that's my daddy name.
Don't keep fucking playing.
So once off rip, that's what disdained me and his relationship, because they was together for a while. But that's what disdained me and his relationship.
Sound like a solid man to me.
I wasn't rocking
replacing my daddy like that, nigga.
I wasn't rocking with him at first at all. So it took me a long time to really get cool with homie. Then I eventually did.
Yeah, of course, but no.
But after that relationship, then on out, I kind of like got a little older.
I remember him.
Got a little wiser. Yeah, big chubby dude.
I remember him.
Yeah, man.
Oh shit,
So,
that's
he
funny.
Was cool,
He
cool though. Shout out to Richard Brown. He cool.
Fuck Richard,
cool
man.
Guy.
I don't know one Richard, man.
Cool
Fuck
guy.
all that, man.
He cool guy,
He didn't say it. I said it.
Nah, he cool guy, but still, look. So, you know, after that relationship, I got like on guard. Like, man, you know what? Because that didn't end well, and I saw how that ended. And I'm like, you know what? Nope, I'm gonna protect my mom. So I know the game, and I'm in the game also. I'm outside as well. So I'm not gonna let no old head try to, you know, run that shit on my mom's. So my mom would deal with certain people in the bowling alley, and I'd just be, you know, lurking like, this must be a new guy that she might be dating.
Grown folks' business.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm peeping grown folks' business.
Right.
But I'm staying in my
okay. That's what I mean. Right.
Staying in my lane.
Right.
But when you ask me,
don't ask me nothing you don't want to answer to.
And I'm gonna tell.
Absolutely.
Because that's what I was taught. And you did the same thing for me. So I'm gonna tell you, all right, look, I'm gonna be real with you. I've been peeping dude, and he a clown.
I like him.
He a clown. I've saved and spared my mom from a lot of bugs.
But not only that, your mother was confident enough of her son to say,
to ask.
Let me see, you know, my son see that I can't see.
And I respect her for that.
This a man, and I don't, you know, view him as such. I don't got those eyes.
I respect her for that. So I was real controlling of my mom and her future and how in their relationship.
I was like that about my sister, not necessarily about my mother.
I ain't even down with my sister. She was long gone in high school. She met Herman, and that was it.
My
was a rap.
She was right.
I was like one of those little animals on my sister. I was wherever she was at, I was at. Like,
and I totally agree. So, I love Dia. Without Dia, I wouldn't have had those Jordans. I wouldn't have had those pennies. I wouldn't have had those nice kicks that, you know, I would have
got these continuously got clowns.
Trust me.
when I told them fools just wait till tomorrow. Because I knew my sister had them off the top. Now, was she let me wear them, or did she know I was wearing them?
That's a different story.
Hey, could I ask a
But
question?
I know they was accessible.
Hold on, Black wanted to ask something, y'all.
Go ahead,
Black. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Now that I'm thinking, I mean, I know y'all was speaking on, basically what you was saying is that, when we came back to it, like what has pushed you past it. But me sitting here and thinking, even when I got to talking about it, it's like, was that stuff really, do I look at it as really that bad right now? Do y'all?
Yeah.
You don't only because you learn from your lesson, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a blessing.
Yeah,
nobody likes the rain, man.
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
But it's very, very, very necessary.
Looking back at it, I'm glad it happened because all it did was make me stronger. It made me a hustler.
Absolutely, man. If you enjoy your character at this point, you cannot want to alter any aspect. Of course, people want things to go different, all those things, but we wouldn't be the troopers that we are sitting here talking.
15 years ago, you couldn't have got this out of probably none of us.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
What?
Absolutely not.
Is you crazy?
Absolutely not.
It'd have been soon as you said
Absolutely
something.
not.
You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Like,
First of all, my call would have been at least you got to collect call from any county jail. I don't know what the fuck it was, but I wouldn't be sitting here. You got me.
Hey, you had that stigma. Your mom said you go to jail, you better not call me. Hey, listen, when I got locked up in college, that was the first person I fucking called. I ain't give a fuck if I got in trouble or not. And I made that call so quick because I know it was, you get charged by the minute or whatever. I said, I explain later. Baby. I need this. This is what happened. Click, and I hung up.
You put it on there when they sat there and said, "You're getting a call from." I
let her know what's happening. Because she already sees collection call from Orange Ray and collection. So it's already something crazy happening.
That has your heart racing. I mean, my father went to jail a lot as well. So anytime I answer the phone and say you got to collect call from, I'm already hollering "Ma!" off the bat. So it was I don't want to say a normal occurrence, but it happened too frequently.
Yeah, mine too. My dad, he started getting locked up on just petty bullshit. Like that was like my college days. I ain't understand what the fuck was he doing. Like, what did you doing? Like you.
They'll be back on. So there it goes. See,
my man, how can we sharpen our iron, man? How can we pass this sharpening tool on to whomever watching them or whomever might watch in the future?
I think this is a start right here. First and foremost is that people have to be willing to listen instead of just ready to talk. Get what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing. Everybody is so quick to say something. They just waiting so they can say something, but they ain't heard nothing about what you're talking about. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And
ready to respond.
Yeah, I believe that's a big
pre-made up.
Yeah, and you can't do anything like that. I mean, I feel like I'm a human sponge. I'm gonna learn as much and get as much knowledge as I possibly can. When I stop learning, I'm dead. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know something about everything. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And that's the biggest thing to me. A lot of people don't realize what the Lord gave you as far as 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you can listen twice as much as your ass talk. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you got to sit there and be able to pay attention to what anybody is saying, even if you don't exactly agree with it. But I have to hear you all the way to know that I don't agree with it. I can't hear one word and be like, I'm through with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Me and Lawrence was just having that type of conversation. Like, we disagreed, but we both seen the truth in our disagreement.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So agree to disagree.
Yeah.
In the right fashion.
We both win.
That's how you have to do it. That's how you supposed to do it.
You know what? You know what's the greatest thing about the disagreements is that I get to learn his perspective, and it's like, ooh, okay. And then I take myself up out of it, and I throw my objective hat on. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe let me see in this perception what he's saying, and maybe I may feel the same way in hindsight, not even really recognizing it. Or we could be saying the same things differently. Or
I can save my homeboy life real quick.
Right.
Information is bars, bro. Especially from a king who gonna actually, you know, or a human who gonna actually listen to him. So, you know, every great leader is a great follower. So, that's
I believe also, man. You know, we just got to get to a point where, you know, how y'all just spoke on agree and disagree, just communicating better. Everybody need to start respecting each other a little more. I don't have to cuss and yell at you to get my point across. You ain't got to cuss and yell at me, you know, and I'm going to let you speak. You let me speak, whatever. And if more of that goes on, I think that'll help out a lot as far as forming not just a brotherhood, but a sisterhood as well. Everybody got to give each other the floor and get something off that they need to get off. Now, here's the thing. Even if you feel like somebody's saying something ridiculous, let them get it off and try to ask them what do they mean or where they coming from with it. Right. Because everybody not going to see your point of view. That's why it's only one you. You know what I'm saying? So I think once we start there, that'll definitely help out a lot.
I agree. My take on the convo would be my initial take. Deal in yourself, man. Worry about your motherfucking self. And I'm not saying that to be selfish, like don't worry about nobody else. That's just stupid. But deal and work within yourself and pass that mentality on to your children and co-workers, whomever else up your alley or around your corner. And life would start changing. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. I mean, it's gonna always be idiots. You know what I mean? And like my mother said, we can't do nothing about those people but pray for them. And that's pretty much all they earn.
He said, "That's it. That's all they earn."
I'm a man of, like, you know, it got to make sense for me, emotionally, spiritually, fucking common sense on the very level. But I'm gonna keep saying this. My mother taught me common sense ain't common. Yeah. So when we run into a circle of perhaps of common sense, take joy in it, man. Learn from it, and you know, push you know, each other to do better, man. And wake up ready and willing to push the next person to do this shit again.
Absolutely. Lo, what you would say closing out, man?
For me, man, I got these principles that I'm coming up with. Try to come up with 10 of them. I got a few. And these principles is something I want to live through. And it's basically just dealing with yourself. The one principle is less complaining and more doing. Second one is, you know, focus on winning and less sinning. Three, excuse me, is start having more love in our hearts. 4,
I can go for that one.
More love in our hearts for 3. 4, start to dig into our spiritual realm, our spiritual selves, and really keep, you know, that walk of faith, that Godfidence that I always, you know, text and post every now and then, and walk in the spirit. And I think with those, and I got some other ones that I'm going to come up with. I think with that right there is basically the blue. It's kind of like a blueprint, because a lot of times, man, in my life, I've noticed that I complain about a lot of shit, and I have the solution. So it shouldn't really be no fucking complaining. And a lot of times that we go through shit in our lives, we have the solution, but we just sit there stagnant complaining about the shit.
It's gonna be a little bit more work.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's a lot of work, but these are the principles of low that I'm about to put out, and I think it'll help.
You better copyright it, because you know you're gonna have people running back this
Yeah,
podcast
there
trying
you
to
go.
take
Yeah.
the jewels.
Oh yeah.
Hey, look. And everything about the dollar, man. As long as you taking that wisdom, what you taking, man. Run back with it.
Hey,
circulate this shit.
Like my man Hope said, I was the first one with it.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I want to say this though. Even though, you know, I grew up, you know, and it wasn't the roughest, but even though I had my issues with my mom and my pops, I would like to say this. Pops motivated me to be a better father than him. And even though he wasn't there for me growing up, we cool as hell now. I'm cooler with him than I am with my mom. But let me also give props to my mom, because she did give me something that I was able to take a long way with me: manners. That's why that's a big part of the reason why I'm surviving.
You know the real word for manners though, cuz, right?
What's that?
Respect, man.
There you go.
Yeah.
She taught me that. So I can't give it all the bad without throwing in some of the good and stuff that I took with me for a long way, man. And that's all I got to say, bro. Everybody, thank y'all for joining us, man.
And this was a phenomenal show, bro.
Yeah.
I love these iron segments. I'm glad I came up with this shit. Man, I'm telling you, we can have a conversation about this all night, bro.
Yeah, we can.
Unfortunately, you know, we got, you know, niggas got to go to bed and all that crap, you know. And hey, listen, I learned a lot tonight. I learned a whole lot. Sorry, everybody, you know, in the comments, we didn't get a chance to read off your comments. There's a lot of times I'm far away and I don't want to be trying to, you know, swipe the screen and all that.
Right.
We'll get to that space where, you know, we'll have production and everything helping us out. But anywho, man, we really, really, really appreciate y'all tuning in, man.
Oh, the next time I'm gonna be like Ernie. I'm gonna have my shit.
Are you at your cue card?
Yeah.
Hey, look.
Y'all can be Charles.
Y'all can be the niggas.
I was ready for y'all. I was ready.
I'm gonna get some water around.
I done brought out the laptop now.
Hey, look at you.
Yep.
But no, man, it's always much love, man. I love talking to good people, especially good black men. Like, I love it, man. I love the conversations that we have. I always love what y'all doing. You know, I watch it regardless. Anytime y'all need me.
Hey, what the great Nip say? Hustle and motivate.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Marathon, baby.
For sure.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate y'all. We out of here. Peace.
All right, in a minute.
All right,
Peace.
y'all. Know that.
Yep.
Peace. Until next week. Holla. Yes, sir. Another good one in the books.